Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach,
And I'm Pepper. And
and
those
today,
are Dwayne's, the Rocks, Johnsons on your
Rock
screen.
the Dwayne Johnson, as people in the biz know him. Yeah, he's here with us, watching what we pick here. Because as you can maybe tell from the title of this video, we're talking about 7 games we wouldn't mind getting Jumanji'd into, and then 7 games we would hate to be Jumanji'd into. And this is kind of a little bit based on a recent Saturday Night Live skit they did, where they talked about Ticket to Ride, and one woman is afraid to play any board games because she does not want to get Jumanji'd into it. So you can definitely go check out that little skit if you want to see that. So um, yeah, see how that ends out. It's pretty funny. I think it's pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
I don't watch Saturday Night Live that often, but I think that one was pretty good.
yeah. Great concept. Great enough to inspire this video. And not sure, I haven't seen any other videos, but I've seen some people comment on that and talk
Mhm.
about possibly making lists like this. So we decided to make one.
We did, and let us know below what games you would or wouldn't want to be Jumanji'd into. Uh,
Yes.
we'd love to read them, love to get inspired by what you guys think. So
Yes. Yeah, we got 14 games here, and we are starting off. We're going to go back and forth between the ones we wouldn't and then the ones that we would want to get Jumanji into. And first up, that we would not want to be Jumanji into is Cthulhu Death May Die. Which, I mean, just look at the cover, and The Rock is really the only one that could save you from Cthulhu.
he really is. We'd have to rely on him being there to help us. But yeah, this one kind of, I think, technically kind of takes place in a real world setting, but it's been kind of inhabited by these Cthulhu monsters and cultists and all
Yeah,
this stuff.
yeah.
But yeah, if the world became that type of scary place, I don't know that I'd want to live there. Become insane and yeah, just get set ablaze, possibly. All these
It's
crazy things happening in the game.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, the game is pretty lighthearted with the material
It
that it
is.
has, and you're just chucking dice and having a lot of fun. But yeah, if it was reality, I would not want to be in it.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, I didn't even think about it, but I would want the Rock on my side, and if I had to go up against Cthulhu or any minions and stuff.
They they really should. They should make a rock character in that one. There are a lot of characters.
That's true. If they come out with the fifth season, that's the next one.
That
Maybe
would
they'll
be
have a Rock figure.
yes, revitalize the franchise. And then one that we would like to go into is Cobble and Fog. Well, it's Cobble and Fog. I just read the words on the screen. And the Unmatched series of games, which is a battling, dueling series of games. And you might think, why would you want to be in battles for your life? That is not a good way to live. But we are envisioning this as we are spectators to these amazing battles between historical figures and fantasy creatures, all these different matchups.
Yes, and it's more of, in my mind, it's more of like a spectacle, kind of like WWE or something like that, where
Yes.
they're just putting on these great matches. No one's actually maybe getting killed behind the scenes, but we're getting to see these different combat styles and ways people take each other down. And some people just get exhausted and just run out of steam once they
They
go
just
too long,
collapse.
topple over.
Yes. Yes. And there's another one that they need to introduce The Rock into.
That's true. If they ever do a WWE set, I think they need The Rock. I think that's one of the top potential characters.
Yes, for sure. Even not WWE. He's in a lot of things.
True.
They could
He
make
he could.
Fast and Furious set. They could make Jumanji set. They could just make Celebrity Rock.
They could just make a set of The Rock in these different
They
forms.
could 5 different rocks.
That's true.
Speaking of rocks, you may be hauling a lot of rocks in building up your castle walls again and again and again and again after being destroyed by the barbarians or whatever in After the Empire, which is not a
Yes.
great way to
No, I thought of a couple different reasons why I wouldn't want to be involved in this scenario because yeah, first off, you're going to be defending your castle and getting potentially killed in that way by these people, invaders coming in from all different directions of which you almost have no knowledge of. Some of them you know, you're like, okay, some are going to be coming from that direction, and then others you're like, they could be coming from anywhere. Let's hope
That's
we've
so
got good
random.
secure. Ah, they're coming from the south. Why didn't we have troops on the wall? And then yeah, then they either potentially kill you or they might destroy your walls, which luckily they leave you with the building materials
It's true.
to
They
build
like
back walls, but you're
don't
gonna
want
have to
to be too hard.
rebuild it.
Yes, they don't want to be
So
too
you
hard on you. They leave you the materials.
right, exactly. So it's like, well, even when you're not in battle, you're going to be building, so you never get really a chance to rest in this one. So I would not want to be uh in this game, I don't think.
No,
And I don't even know if the rock could save you from this.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Ooh, but a lot calmer is Everdell. Just look at that cover, so peaceful. It's beautiful woodland city of Everdell, or I guess is the city called Everdell?
I think so because well, they have like the ever tree.
Oh yeah,
I think maybe I could be wrong. I don't know actually.
yeah. So this wonderful city full of adorable creatures, all having their little jobs. Just as long as we get shrunk down or get to be, well, I guess yeah, get to be one of the animals. If we were just a normal human, I don't know how that would work out. So hopefully you do
Yeah,
turn into one of the characters there.
yeah. I think the human you could work if you're shrunk to their size because it does seem like they are not necessarily to scale.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
because it looks like what maybe a badger there and a mouse and some squirrels, and they all look to be kind of similar in size. I mean, the mouse is
yeah,
smaller, but I
yeah,
don't know if that's quite to scale. So
yeah. And the
you could be a
butterflies are
human, I
gigantic.
guess, in that. That that is true.
Terrifying
But
butterflies. That would be terrifying. Never mind. This I don't want to go here.
yeah, it seems like even the predators and stuff to each other are still peaceful. So I don't think this world seems like it's all pretty nice and a fun, good community that you've got here. And you've already got a baby version of the rock. You've got pebbles that you use as resources. So he's already included in this game.
What more do you need? That little Dwayne Pebbles Johnson. And this, it looks like I should have had The Rock just have his fist out here, as if he's just punched that penguin, as every one of his hits is treated in the movies.
Yes.
Would not want to be a penguin in this. I mean, it may seem fun just skidding around on the ice, but you imagine being flicked to your back with a finger the size of your body and flung across the room into the walls, maybe hop over walls, maybe
Yeah.
land completely out of the school. That does not seem like a good day at school.
No, not one bit. Not one bit. There's nothing about this that seems fun. This wasn't one that originally came to our minds necessarily, but once I saw it in the collection and named it, it was kind of like, yeah, that really is not something I would want to be involved in. Getting flicked repeatedly, getting shot across the school, hitting walls, going over ceiling. It would not be a fun time. Slipping and sliding, people taking your ID.
Yeah, identity theft. But yeah, just the premise of school forever is probably enough to turn a lot of
That's
people
true.
off.
That is true. But it does have a lot of awards there, so
It does. It even had a major fun award,
yeah.
which is, I guess, against everything we were saying.
I guess they didn't ever play it as the Penguins.
That's true. That's
They
true.
didn't give it from their perspective.
This one is a little similar to Everdell. Another kind of just go into this world ruled by these adorable creatures, which these are also
Adorable.
seemingly friendly, but they're also warriors, all that. I don't know if there's really any cards that depict violence, but they do look like they are ready to possibly take over some castles.
They do look like that, but yeah, at the end of the day, I don't know that there's any that are too violent or anything. I think at the end of the day, even though there might be different clans or tribes of these bunnies, I don't think that they are. I think they probably go have a drink after, share a drink with each other after the game.
Yes, and you
Share a
got
pint.
then you got the if you include the expansion, you get that cloud board, the great cloud that you can go up to with all these amazing resources, castles. I think this is a pretty colorful, beautiful world.
Yeah, it would be a fun world to explore, and yeah, I think seems like it would be yeah fun to interact with other bunnies. I guess if you were a bunny or a human, I guess I don't know what you'd be in this one, but
Yeah,
yeah, fly up on the rainbow up onto the clouds.
taste the rain. And another
Oh
one
boy,
that is would not be fun is
no,
Whistle Mountain, which initially it's like, I mean, it looks peaceful, it looks nice, but what are you doing in this game?
right? Seems kind of fun because you got blimps and stuff that you're flying around in. So it's like, okay, it might be kind of a scenic thing, but you're actually working very hard, grinding away at a job over and over, uh, and you're building up some scaffolding and building some machines along the side of like a waterfall, and and potentially, depending on where you are, you don't get rewarded at all until you kind of build it up far enough and score some points and stuff. Otherwise, you might even because the flood is or the
Yeah,
water's rising, so
Whirlpool.
you might end up in the whirlpool, which is also not fun. So you can work as hard as you want to and as hard as you can, and you might still end up in the whirlpool, and then you need to be saved. So hopefully, someone saves you. But
Yeah, that is not a safe working environment. Blimps flying around on the side of a mountain,
it really isn't.
whirlpools rising up. I don't know
Right.
why we're building these things if they're just going to be overtaken by the water.
It is a weird thing. It's funny no one's questioned that. Huh? As we've been building this and it's gotten higher and higher, this water level keeps rising, and it's just covering all the work we've done. So it seems kind of pointless, but I
Oh,
guess it is what it is.
and whistles are wild for some reason.
That's
Just
true. That's maybe the one good thing.
lot of noise, probably.
Just a noisy experience, probably causing avalanches there.
Yeah. Oh boy. And
Oh,
then, and then this one's for the cat lovers. This is all about you go the Isle of Cats. We were talking about Isle of Cats or Race to the Raft. Race to the Raft. You're running from a volcano. I think trying to get to the
yeah,
boat, and
fire volcano. Yeah,
that would not have been a peaceful game. But this one, you're on the boat and you're just letting all the cats on there and trying to let them fit in their own polyomino way into your boat, as many as possible. Also, possibly getting some nice golden treasure along the way.
yeah.
If you love cats, this is heaven on a boat.
Going out there with your baskets to capture them on the island, bring them back to the boat, and yeah, letting them stretch out in weird ways and hoping they can all fit. And yeah, like you said, maybe find a little kaching on the island and throw it, stash it in your pocket. It's overall a fun experience, I suppose. As until Vesh, I think it is the bad
Yeah,
guy that's coming to the island to, I don't know, take the cats. Until he gets there, it's a good time. And by then, the game is over once he gets
there you
there.
go.
So
There you go.
don't have to worry about that.
Just got to worry about taking care of 20 cats on the ride home. Who knows how
That's
far?
true. And who knows? Maybe they're not grateful for what you've done.
Covered in scratches.
But I'd prefer it was dogs that I was saving, but
Yeah,
I guess I will save the cats in this
yeah.
instance.
Yes. Oh boy, another one that you're saving from floods is saving
Yes.
yourself, trying to build a portal to get out of Atlantis as it is being destroyed. And this one, there's no cute cats that can save this one. It's just chaos and fear. In the end, it works out, hopefully, but
You hope. It
it's
might not.
there's some panic.
There's some panic, and this one really feels. I mean, there's other games like this, like Pandemic and stuff, or have similar feels, but the time we played this one, it just felt like it was even more like I don't know, rough times going on.
Yes,
A lot
it
of
did.
going
Just
negative things,
yeah, like things they're just gone. The
and I
land
feel
is
like
gone.
we weren't even playing at like a hard level,
No, no,
if I remember right.
no.
So yeah, it was just yeah, your land is slowly shrinking into a smaller and smaller portion while you're trying to yeah just manage things to survive. So you're working hard the entire time. It's like a survivor challenge.
Yeah,
You're just trying to resist that as long as you can and hope that you do it long enough to win the game. But oh boy, kind of almost natural disaster esque going for you.
yes, yeah. Plus, probably the worst part of all for you, living in a world of Vincent Dutrait artwork. Now
That's the part that really gets me.
he's grown on me a little bit, but I know that
I don't mind this one as much
this one
as some
looks
of his
nice.
other
I
stuff.
like this cover.
Yeah. Some of it, I feel like a lot of his covers are more of just the bottom half of this one, a lot of yellow, orange, reddish.
Oh yeah,
But now he's kind of got this one mixed with a little bit more of the blues and greens and purples. And that almost takes up more space than
mm,
the yellows, oranges, and reds.
yes. Watch out, we may be doing a pretty somewhat soon an art ranking of his top 10 covers from Vincent Dutrait. So keep a lookout
Yeah.
for that.
You'll subscribe to get notified when that comes out. And we've already previously done Bosley and Lockett, Ryan Lockett. If you want to check those two out, you can.
Oh boy.
And this, so right off the bat, this one is a one we'd like to be part of, but
Yeah.
I would say one of the few things I was thinking as I was going through this is I've never really had an interest in going to space at all in any way. So like space themed games, I'd be like, nope, I don't want anything to do with them. But for some reason, something about this one, I was like, if I had to be in a space game, I think I would want it to be this one. Just because I'd like to be driving these ships around here, uh, according to the cover, and putting out land masses of polyomino shapes of these different things. I think that would be a fun little job to do, dropping those on there, trying to get the piece of land the way you want them. I think that could be a lot of fun. It would be kind of annoying to have meteor strike things,
Yeah.
but as long as it's not striking our ship like that one appears to be,
Yeah,
we
that's
should be fine.
yeah, that'd be a fun one. I guess in this universe, these are really polyomino chunks of land being put onto these planets.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's
Fun
just
little
different
game.
planets. It's kind of interesting to think that maybe we are it's almost like a home renovation type thing. Maybe we're getting these ready for different types of uh, civilizations or
Yeah,
something, different peoples. It's interesting thought. I've never really thought about it until right
yeah.
now that we're getting it ready for future inhabitants.
We don't ever think about theme, but that is pretty cool to think
Yeah.
about. Oh boy. And the Rock would win this game. That is for
He
sure.
would. Yeah, with his punches, he'd be winning it for sure. And with his ability to find golden eggs and stuff, maybe he'd find one in this train. uh, and this one's actually, I think, the game I most recently played out of all the ones on this list. Just played it like last week, actually. And I remembered how crazy it is. And if I was in this situation in real life, I think it would be crazy in a bad way because I'd be constantly getting shot at or shot, and I'd be constantly getting punched and getting all my loot stolen from me, everything I had. I think I'd be just throwing all my stuff out and
Take
hiding
it, take
in
it.
the car. Just take it. I don't have any money. Don't shoot me. Don't punch me.
And you're just confused. You think I'm gonna do something, and you plan on it, and it just never turns out to be. You're just punching the air.
That's true. You gotta. I didn't even think about that in real life. Being forced to Sherlock Holmes my way into situations, pre-planning ahead of time, and then trying to throw a punch, imagining that they're going to be there and they're not, or shooting out in the air and no one's there.
And that is
Picking
not
up,
fun.
trying to pick up loot. There's nothing to be
Nothing there.
picked up. You find your hand in an old woman's pocket, and you're like, "Oh shoot! I didn't mean to rob you."
I'm sorry. And she punches you too.
Takes your wallet.
Not fit for that one, I'd say.
No, not at all.
A relaxing one here. Much calmer. Very slow. Just growing the grapes, mushing them, making some wine, and selling them, fulfilling orders,
Yes.
which is work, but it's peaceful work.
Yes, there's something about this game that gives me kind of a peaceful feeling, especially me. I guess Pepper, I don't know if maybe you don't feel it as much, but there's something peaceful seeming about this. And even though this is technically the real world and people have this as a job, the game presents it in a very peaceful way. Like it's just
Yeah.
very easy to, oh, I'm going to go plant some of the red grapes and some white grapes, and I'm going to put the wine together pretty easily. And it's just going to, the grapes are going to age along with the wine itself aging. And I'm just fulfilling these orders, and they're just giving me huge sums of wealth. Well, be victory points. I don't know. And if it was real life, they'd be, assuming, giving me a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I'd be pretty rich. So that'd be pretty good.
Be like, I got
Unlike Colt Express, I would actually be getting money,
get money.
not being robbed.
Like I got $5.
Punched.
I'm gonna build a cellar.
That's true. I just easily build things that would cost way more than just that. But yeah, the thought of this always brings me peace. This game.
Yeah, that is a nice one. I mean, just look at them. Look at them. They're happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Should put the Rock's face on them. Oh
Ooh,
boy,
some more happy people,
this is
happy
this is
faces.
another this is another one that is a little different. It's like ICECOOL. It's not what you initially think of, like chaos or scary things or monsters. But with this picture perfect, trying to get the perfect family portrait or picture of people at this fancy event. And everyone is so picky and demanding. I don't want to be sitting next to her, but I need to be in the second row. And I also want to be next to the table. And then this person's like, well, I want to sit next to them. And I also want to be in the second row, but I don't want to be next to the table. It's chaos.
Exactly.
If you were in charge, you're this poor photographer trying to fulfill all these needs. It'll take a toll on your mental health for sure.
It definitely will. Yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with that. And I don't want to be in the middle of a bunch of people. If I was in the picture, I'd be like, I just want to get done with this picture. Take the picture. We're fine. Everybody settle down. Just stand next to whoever. Yeah, just both sides of that. I hadn't even thought about it from the photographer's point of view, but that's even worse. That is much worse.
But there is a dog here, so it
There
can't
is.
be all bad.
And a
Just take the
plant.
villain. There's a plant.
I think, doesn't the plant also have preferences?
The plant has preferences, I believe. Yeah,
Which makes it even worse, makes it tougher.
which the Rock preferred to be behind the plant here. Oh boy,
Actually, he didn't. That's why he's not looking the happiest.
that's true.
He
He's
only
getting
fulfilled
schooled.
one of his criteria.
Oh boy. And then the one that we would most, well, maybe not most, we didn't really put an order of most
Yeah,
or least. I think Cthulhu would probably be the worst one to be into, honestly, and this one would probably be the easiest to be into.
that's true.
But
Because I feel like that people probably would argue
Yeah.
that they've been involved in this
Yeah.
situation in Picture Perfect. Maybe not with quite as many people with quite as many preferences, but a similar feel. I think
Yeah.
that's what maybe makes it like a scary thing to get shoved into because
Yes.
you've maybe experienced pieces of this.
Yes. Maybe not the plant, but a lot of it. But yeah, our last one that we would like to be Jumanji'd into Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig.
Yes. And this is assuming that we are not the ones building these rooms. We are just very, very wealthy and we can just ask and it'll be done.
Yes, we are
We'd
the
like a
king.
theater room.
Build it.
Build it for me and build me a fifth sleeping room, please. And a board game room. And they just build it and I can just have the craziest, greatest house
Whatever
castle
shape you
out there.
want.
That's
Giant
true.
tower, dungeons, escape rooms, bunch of food, bunch of sleeping rooms, hobbies, cat rooms, puppy rooms, whatever you want. Build multiple of them.
Yes. I want one over there built over in that area of the world and one built over there. And I want them to both be really good,
Equally good.
equally good and better than everyone else's castle. And I think to do that, I'm going to need this type of room, that type. Yeah, I think pretty much, yeah. Just the thought of being able to even, build, if I ever were to be able to just build my own house and have endless numbers of rooms, room types, and dedicate each to a certain theme, whatever that might be. I think that'd just be a really cool
That would be.
place to live in. So,
Yeah. And I would say of all the ones that we would want to be in, I think you actually get the experience in this game. Uh, as
yeah,
much as any of the others. Like you really do actually get to build these castles, and I think feel that bit of fun. Not nearly as much as you would in real life and actually seeing them, but I
that's
think you
true.
do feel it quite a bit in this
That's
one.
true. That's true. And I mean, I think that is just what all board games really are at the end of the day, is it does allow you to maybe get a little bit of a taste of some of these experiences or gives you that ability to kind of imagine what a world like that would be like.
Yeah,
Um, Kind of the escapism that board games really are.
yeah,
So, but yeah, this one definitely, since it's so thematic and has the names of the rooms and stuff, might step out a little bit more than some of the other ones. But I think just in general, most of them do give
yeah,
you those
yeah,
feels too while you're just playing these games, thinking about them. So
yeah.
yeah, so that is our 7 games we'd like to get Jumanji'd into and not like to get Jumanji'd into, and whether or not we'd want to have the Rock in there with us. We just have a whole Rock room in our castle dedicated to the different portions of his life. Uh, but yeah, let us, like I said in the comments below, let us know which games you think fit best for those. If you disagree with us on any of these, let us know why. Maybe I could see it being argued on some of these that maybe it should be in the other or whatever, depending on how you view it.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, otherwise, if you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe for future content like that art series of not Ryan Lockett, Vincent Dutrait artwork and things like that. But otherwise, we hope to see you on the next one. And as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.